Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new venture on the channel. Well, I say brand new, it's kind of a reboot, restart of what we used to do, which was a podcast. And we're going to start doing a podcast together now on the channel. I'm Ryan Laley, I'm your main host, but also joining us today is Bill, our editor. Bill, say hi.
Hello everyone.
Hello. So we have no idea what we're doing. This will be a kind of new venture, new things we're trying out here. Basically a space to discuss, share what's been going on, talk about what's going on in our lives, and just hanging out. So hopefully everyone is in the channel and everyone can hear both me and Bill. All good. Let us know if there's any issues. I can't keep track of everything, but I'm going to try my best. Trying to be host and producer is tricky. Cool. Okay, so how's your week been, Bill?
Yeah, busy as always.
You should tell people what you do, because you don't just edit my videos, do you? You do other stuff too.
No, I do. I'm a teacher. Brian used to be my boss actually. So yeah, I've been a teacher for too long. I know I look very young and handsome. So I don't. But that's what 20 years of teaching does to you, I think. So then at night time, my kind of Batman alter ego is that I come and edit for Ryan. So yeah, that's me.
You've been doing it for quite a few years now, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been
a number
according
of
to
years.
LinkedIn 3 years.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it? Okay.
according to LinkedIn, I think it's been longer than that. But I ironically don't really get much time to play many games lately, and it's a discussion I've been having with people at work. And I've been trying to sneak away where I can to play games.
I think that's the same for me as well. I think it's the same for anyone who's into like any sort of creative endeavor. They don't get to do the creative endeavor they enjoy. Like, I think it's the same. Like, authors don't have much time to read books. Filmmakers don't get a chance to watch too many films. Or granted, their films only last 2 hours. They can fit those in pretty quickly.
I'm so behind with cinema as well. I mean, that's kind of my thing is film. I mean, I was 28 years later, about 28 years ago. So
I admittedly struggle to watch the films recently, but now the kids are getting old enough where I can drag them to superhero films that I want to go see in the cinema. So I convinced like the son that, hey, you want to see Superman, don't you? Like, yeah, okay, go see Superman. And I convinced the daughter, you want to see Fantastic Four, don't you? Look how cool this looks. And like, yeah, okay, cool. Come with me then. They say they enjoy it. I'm surprised my son sat all the way through it. He struggles with ADHD-ness of everything, so it got like towards I think 30 minutes before the end, and he started going, "Can we go now?" I'm like, "No, I paid 50 quid for this. We're sticking it out. There's no way in hell we're leaving." Especially the final fight. I'm watching it, but I try to make more an effort personally to play games when I can. Like in the evenings, especially after work. Like it gets to about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and that's when I sit down. Like, I finished work now. I'm gonna play a game for half an hour to an hour. The one I've been doing recently is trying to play through Spider-Man on the PS5 version of it. But yeah, have you played the Spider-Man game on the PlayStation?
do you know what? I've watched my stepdaughter playing it loads. Do you know the last Spider-Man game I played, I think, was the Spider-Man the movie game on the PS2.
That's pretty long.
That's pretty bleak, isn't it?
Yeah. You didn't even play the old Spider-Man 2, like the on the PS2, Xbox, whatever it was. There was Spider-Man the movie, and then there was Spider-Man 2, and everyone raved about Spider-Man 2 being one of the best Spider-Man games until like these recent ones. You didn't even get a chance to play that one then, I take it.
I probably did, to be fair, but I mean, do you know my thing at the moment is that when I do get a chance to play games, I start them up, and then I've got awful internet here as well. It's about 3 hours of updates. By which point I'm so over wanting to play the game that I've usually at that point resorted to just doom scrolling on TikTok. But no, lately I've been playing like I'm on a massive catch up. So I've been playing Ghostwire, loving that. Dead Island 2.
I've not played that game. I've seen it
Oh,
listed, but what is it actually? Is it like a? Is it a third? I guess it's a third-person action game, but I don't know anything else beyond that.
what Ghostwire?
Yeah.
So it's first person. You
All
kind
right.
of how do I explain it without kind of giving away the entire story? You're in Tokyo, and it gets taken over by ghosts and demons, and you get possessed by a ghost that can do magic. But it's like all Japanese mythology and stuff. So you've got like kappas and like the slit mouth woman, urban legend stuff in there. It's really cool. But it's nice. I like an open world game. That's my thing. I like to explore.
I was literally saying this the other day to the missus that I'm like you. I do like an open world game. However, I am pretty bored and sick of traversing through New York City, in every single game. It feels like because I was playing through Spider-Man. Obviously, that's in New York City, and like it feels like I've been through that city multiple times in various games, be it like Spider-Man, Division, or other things. It's like there's only so many times I can travel up to Times Square and be like, Times Square, and it's like I'm so sick of New York. It's not it's like a bad environment. I think it's just overdone. Plus, it's not the most exciting city to look at. It's just skyscrapers, so it's like the same old buildings. It feels like you're going to the same old buildings over and over and over again. Nothing feels distinct enough, nothing feels like memorable in a sense, apart from like the landmarks like Empire State and Statue of Liberty and all that stuff. But pretty bored of it.
I quite liked it's Infamous 2. Is that the one that's set in New Orleans?
I have no idea. I didn't play it.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah. So I quite like that one, but yeah, you're right. Like the first one, it was just like I'm kind of bored of cities as well. It did come in handy though when I went to America because I practiced driving on GTA for about 2 weeks beforehand, so that I knew.
I think
how
it's the
their
best
roads
place to
worked.
practice GTA driving now.
Just spent 2 weeks driving normally in GTA until I knew how the roads worked. It came in handy.
I'm pretty impressed that he managed to stay at the right speed and all that. That's pretty intense.
Oh, I probably didn't. I'm surprised I didn't get pulled over every day, but what can I say? It definitely helped.
Yeah. So hi everyone in chat. Hi Iron, hi Flyer, Highland, Conrad, hi M Gaming. Hope you're all doing well. We are live, so if you want, you can chat to us in the chat and join in the discussion. We're gonna have a key question that we're gonna put. I'm gonna try and put up on the screen. Hang on, it's been very last minute setting all this up, so bear with me. Where's my text thing? So the plan is to hopefully have a discussion point that we can share on the screen, and then everyone can just jump in, and we can share other people's thoughts and feelings, almost like a. I was about to say like a Vanessa show or something like that, but no one else will know what that is apart unless we're in the UK. A morning talk show essentially, what it is, sort of thing. On Nintendo. So the question is, thoughts on Nintendo's patent behavior is the thing.
I like that Borderlands are immediately in trouble with this, by the way.
Oh, what, summoning things, are they? Still?
Yeah, I mean, I'll get onto it in a mo, but
yeah.
Yeah,
hang on, let me just do this. Bill has an echo on his audio. Oh, wait, you can hear me through the audio or Bill through the audio.
Yeah, I've just been told the same.
Yeah.
Let me play around with my noise.
Yeah,
a bit. I don't know if
Bill,
I can hear you.
Let Bill rock it. Hey Bobby, what's the deal? We're gonna start doing a podcast, Bobby. That's what we're trying to do. A weekly sort of hangout and chat. I floated the idea before, but I didn't want to do it on my own. It's kind of boring just talking to myself. So I thought I'd invite Bill, and Bill joining us for the most part every week for these podcasts. We are inviting you to join the discussion as well. So The main topic of tonight's conversation, I think, has got to be about Nintendo's patent behavior. We haven't started talking about it yet, but we will be in a minute. Yeah, so we'll be tracking on with that. So yeah, let's talk a bit about some of the recent happenings this week. So Nintendo did a direct. Did you watch the direct, Bill? Or see the clips of it, or anything about it, or have you seen anything at all?
Do you know what? I tend to be that person who catches up with it about 6 weeks after it's happened, but I'm ready to be enlightened by you. What have I missed? Wait, actually,
yeah, go on.
I did see the Pokemon Ditto thing, so the Animal Crossing killer.
Animal Crossing Pokemon looking thing. Yep. It was a good direct. Okay, they showed some really cool things, followed by some surprising things, followed by some questionable things. So it's Mario's 40th anniversary, apparently. Who knew? And so then they announced sort of Mario stuff, like Mario Galaxy film. It's got the title Mario Galaxy. That's coming out next year with the same cast and things. I don't know who they're going to get to play Rosalina. I mean, who do you think would be... Do you know who Rosalina is? Did you play Mario Galaxy back on the Wii?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rosalina, the princess, space princess Peach, basically.
What? One of the stars?
Yeah, the one of the stars.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. General Ortega's in everything now, isn't she? Is it going to be her?
You know what? Rosalina does have a kind of moody Wednesday-ish face. I can pick. Hang on, let me get a picture of Rosalina.
Apparently, I'm still quite echoey, by the way. I'm being told via WhatsApp I'm quite echoey. So
oh, yeah.
I don't know where that's coming from.
It might be the room you're in. Is it echo? People be a bit more specific. Is it echo in the room or echo? Like
sounds like your mic is picking up my audio and feeding it back.
My mic pick up your audio.
Apparently.
How's it doing that? It's on. Oh no, I know what it is. Now I had two levels coming out with your thing for some reason. It had 2 levels. Say something now.
Hello, is that better?
That hopefully should be better for everyone. I had 2. I had 2 audio channels picking you up for some reason. I don't know how it's doing 2, but whatever. Hopefully that will fix it for most people.
Yeah, right. Thanks to my work clock, they were all texting me there.
Yeah,
very good. Right,
we're figuring it out. We're figuring it out, people. It's okay. It's okay. Oh
yeah. What was we saying? Who's going to play?
Who do we think will play Rosalina or Rosalina? How would you pronounce it? Rosalina?
I don't know. You know, this is my biggest problem as a teacher: is how do you pronounce people's names?
It is a curse. It's such a pain.
Yeah.
You get so many weird names as well nowadays. It's impossible.
I feel like we could probably start a kind of gambling ring with this. I would put all my money on it being Jenna Ortega or Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter's not a bad shout. That could be a thing. Even
Morgan Freeman is in the comments, apparently. I agree. I think that would be a fantastic.
That would be a good. No, he should play the little star thing, the little cute little star thing. I just imagine it's like this little cute tiny thing having like the big butch voice, like of God, basically. It'd be amazing.
I love the depressed star in the first one. Kind of my spirit
yeah, we're all gonna die. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Release of death.
Yeah.
What else was that? Yeah, I saw the thing. The as I said, the only real thing I've seen is the Pokemon Ditto, which just I thought it looked like Viva Pinata. Personally, I didn't really think it looked like Animal Crossing.
I think it was more Viva Pinata than Animal Crossing. I think it, which is good because I like Viva Pinata. It's just, can I be bothered with another one of those? I don't know. I've been playing a lot. I've been going back playing Animal Crossing lately. My daughter started playing it a little bit, so I got in to join her with it. So maybe we'll see. So what to be determined, that one. But I think like speaking of like Mario Galaxy and Rosalina, they announced that they're finally going to bring Galaxy 1 and 2 as a package to the Switch devices. Which the first Galaxy did come out on Switch as like a anniversary pack already. Which if you didn't buy, you haven't got it. They only put it out for a little bit, and then Disney vaulted it, so people couldn't get hold of it anymore. But now they bring them back out. But apparently it's going to be like 70 quid, 60 quid for these two very old games, which I feel is kind of rubbish. To be very basic, really, with it. Especially one that I already have Galaxy. I don't want to buy Galaxy again. I know it's going to have like little updates and improvements for like the Switch 2 and blah blah blah. I just don't want to buy it again. I can play it anytime I want right now. But Galaxy 2, I didn't ever play back on the Wii, so that one missed me. So I'm looking forward to trying that if I get my hands on it.
I don't think I played Galaxy 2. Played Galaxy 1. I would pay double that for a Star Fox. Was it Star Fox Adventures on a GameCube?
Man, you're the only one apart from myself who thinks about that game.
I think about it regularly. All I want is my little dinosaur best friend and a stick. I'll be quite happy.
You have got the GameCube emulator on Nintendo Online thing, so it's possibility they could add that. But speaking of Nintendo Online, the big announcement they had, which is probably going to be a shock if you don't know about it already, is they're bringing. You know how they have the online console for the SNES, NES, GameCube, N64, all of that on the Switch. Well, now they're bringing the Virtual Boy. Now, do you know what the Virtual Boy is?
All this. Yeah, was this not the one that failed completely? So it went on a stand. It was only in red.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, it's a VR headset that you put on. It's 3D. It works in 3D. But yeah, it had 14 games, I think, and that was it. And they're bringing it to the Switch with the peripheral.
I didn't say that.
You can buy the headset, and it slots the Switch thing in it. That was a surprise. I didn't expect them to do that one.
But, it just looks. I just saw it and I thought, just looks like a cheap 3D print.
Oh, it probably is. Yeah, it probably is. But it's still going to cost you $100 or whatever that would be for us in old Blighty. I don't know, but yeah. And you can't play it without it. You need to have the headset. But they are doing a cardboard version. You can do a cardboard version, but you still have to buy that. You still have to have this VR setup, essentially. Which I don't know if
that's a throwback, though. I was in a charity shop the other day. I was looking for a nice pair of shoes, and I saw actually on a shelf one of those old cardboard. You remember the old AR VR goggle sets you used to get?
Yeah.
Everyone got them at Christmas at one point, selling it for like a quid. I'd be quite happy with that, to be honest. I just think that my issue with tech in general at the moment is, and I say this like I'm not a huge Apple fanboy and I've had an iPhone ever since it came out, but it's this thing of like, okay, well, if you want to use this, you have to buy this peripheral. By the way, that's going to cost you $1,000. Like, what was it? Apple released a monitor stand that was something like $1,000.
Yeah,
you lose me as soon as you say that. This is why I quite like the whole the current trend for free games. If you want to kind of get a bit further ahead, you can pay to get there quicker, or here's the DLC. I like that. But I say that I struggled with Warzone purely because the download. I couldn't. I couldn't bother to clear my PS4 every time I wanted to update it.
It's pretty mad.
And again, like it took a calendar week to download in my internet. But that's what I like.
I think it's like as you get older, you learn to appreciate the free games with the microtransactions if you need to use them. Like I play probably a lot more mobile games now than ever because I'm usually just like I usually I don't want to be sitting at a computer again and again and again. So I very rarely play PC games now. I'll try it because I don't want to be working and playing at the same PC. I want to get up and move around the house. So I tend to take the Switch or take the phone and go try out some stuff there. But what at some point are the kids in the house playing Roblox or Fortnite, UFN or anything like that?
So I think my stepdaughter's watching this as we speak. She's currently obsessed with the Roblox Squid Games.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
my
it's
son as
called
well.
Ink Games or whatever. Stepson, I've just heard her stomp upstairs, so I think she knows what I'm talking about. My my boy, he's on Roblox and Minecraft still, but I've started to get my youngest into starting to play games, but she just can't stick with them. She likes gang beasts.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, she just likes throwing the eldest off of the top of buildings and stuff and just sits there cackling. Yeah, so it's funny though, isn't it? Because I remember when I was a kid, I miss the days of going to the local rental place and having a game for a day and then having to take it back, and like I felt like I had to rush it. Now I kind of get Netflix mode when it comes to games. Like there's just so much choice. I'll just sit there. It's browsing for hours.
It's not just choice in games; it's also choice in some cases, choice of platform. So, like, I can either sit and play games on my PC, or I can play on the Switch, or I can play on the PS5, or there's my phone, and then you go on further. You got like headset, you got VR and other things, Xbox, whatever. It feels almost daunting to the point of like I want to play. Like I desperately want to finish, make a good start on Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Been wanting to play it for ages. I've played the very start of that game, but I've got the only place I've got the Xbox is in the office, and I just can't put myself into sitting and playing a game in the office. So now I might have to move the Xbox because I'll be stuck in the office 24/7, and it would drive me nuts. So yeah, mate, we'll see about that one, but. Nonetheless, what else was in Nintendo Direct? Oh yeah, so in the Direct they also announced they not announced, they showed off their Pokemon game that's coming out later this year, Legends. I want to say A to Z. I'm not too sure what it's called. Which looks like a Pokemon game. I've got my own thoughts and feelings about Pokemon. We'll have another week. We'll discuss Pokemon in detail, how annoying that series is, and it kind of ties into a little bit of what we're going to discuss in a minute with the patents. It was, they announced the DLC for the game that you can buy now before the game's even out, and I don't mean to be a stickler, but you shouldn't be buying DLC for a game that isn't out. Why the hell would you do that? Especially in the day...
It feels unfinished. It feels like they're selling an unfinished game. That's the way I see it.
But it's not unfinished because they have finished it. They're releasing it at the same time. Just put it in the thing. Basically, they're saying, oh, yeah, you can buy the game, but if you want to buy the whole game, you need to buy this part of it as well. Like, and it feels like ridiculous. Like, the game is finished. It's not like it's like, oh, the devs are finished now. They're just chilling and been working on something else, and they're going to release that. This is part of it. Like, this the game's not even out yet. How the hell can you buy a DLC for a game that is not even out yet? Like, to me, DLC is a thing where you go, I really like that game. I wish I could play more of it. There's more of it. I'm going to play more of it. Case in point, Donkey Kong Bonanza just had DLC. I bought that because I wanted to play more of that game. It's a really good game. But yeah, Pokemon Legends pretty nuts.
You know my issue, right? I'm just gonna say it. I don't know how many people agree with me. I think my girlfriend's watching this. She's going to be mad at me. I gave up on Pokemon the moment that we started having bin bags and ice creams as Pokemon.
Yep.
That for me is when it started to just feel like a bit of a. Look, I don't know how to say this without coming across as really pretentious, but the moment it started to feel like a bit of just a cash grab. I mean, like I grew up with like the series coming out, and begging my mum and dad for a Game Boy Color and not getting one, and having to just play it when I could round my friends' houses, and like it was great and I loved it. And then I remembered all 151 original Pokemon off by heart, in order.
Yep.
I can't keep up now. But I think that, I mean, I know we're going to talk about this whole thing with the patent.
It's not. They're not evolving. Ironically, Pokemon games don't evolve, which is
no.
Like,
I mean, if it ain't broke,
but for 30 years,
yeah. I mean, it's a classic car at this point, you know. But it's. I think the last time I felt genuinely excited by a Pokemon game was Colosseum. I think that was the last one that genuinely made me go, "This is different."
Even then, I weren't. I think I was lost at that point. Like the last one I really played, like really played to finish, was like Gold and Silver era. I dabbled with everything else, like, but never finished them. Never got into them as big because I realized I couldn't be bothered to do the same thing over and over and over again, every single time. And I'm begging for them to do a refresh or just think outside the box and do something different with it. And I was hoping that competition would beat them to make them make changes. And we started seeing that there was a game called Temtem, which is basically an MMO Pokemon game. And I was like, yes, Pokemon, why have you not done proper multiplayer? Why have you got to do all this rubbish with codes and I don't know, whatever else? And that was like a good step in the right direction. And then Power World came out, and obviously Nintendo were like, oh, like all this malarkey, and started their crusade against everyone with these stupid patent things in it. So
what came first? So I mean, look, so when we were growing up, it was Pokemon, Digimon, Monster Rancher.
Yeah.
Didn't Monster Rancher come before all of them? What am I making up?
Maybe. I don't know.
Someone in the chat can confirm for
maybe
me.
They can confirm. People might be more familiar. It's different because back in those times as well, back in the olden days, there was this whole global release of one of the things. So things would be out in Japan for like years before they even came out this side of the pond. Like when I was growing up watching Dragon Ball Z, it blew my mind that I'm watching like literally an 80s cartoon basically. You're like, oh shit, okay, we're watching we're watching like a really old cartoon. It's like, oh no.
I couldn't believe, like, my cousin came over from Canada and was telling me everything that was going to happen, and I was like, shut up, no it won't. And then obviously it all did, and it's because he's already had it for like 10 years at that point. I just think that era, it was very much of the era. Do you remember the barcode scanner games that you used to get as well? The little handheld, like, scanners with this whole thing of collecting. Hardcore. I think that's why Achievements on Xbox got me as well, because I love to collect.
Did you ever play the Monster Rancher game with the CDs?
Oh, didn't you like put CDs in and it would generate a new monster and stuff like that?
I remember going to my mate's house and we would be grabbing all the discs from the entire house, so all the audio discs and every single thing, and spent the whole day just putting a disc in, taking a disc out, and getting thousands of different monsters. Obviously, it's all bollocks. It's just looking at a thing and randomly generating based on that thing. But you're like, come on, get me the rare one. That was a cool gimmick. You can't do that nowadays, obviously. But
no. What was the game where it was a rabbit walking along a single white line and you put a CD in and it would generate a level?
Vib Ribbon. Yeah,
that's what we should bring. That's what I want from a Nintendo Direct. I want a Vib Ribbon, multi-person online.
Most of the original Pokemon designs were copied from Dragon Quest. Oh yeah, it probably would. Yeah, Dragon Quest would have come out before then.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I mean, everyone copied. There's no such thing as an original idea. Everyone copies from each other. Everyone's inspired by each other. That's how ideas grow. You don't get an idea that's pure thought and go, "Oh, I know, I'm gonna make this." Blah blah blah. Like everything comes from something. And this whole, like, back on the topic of what Nintendo are doing, if people don't know, so I know Bobby in chat was wondering what the deal was with Nintendo. They submitted and got a patent for summoning monsters to fight on your behalf. Okay, which that's Pokemon, but so it is in 1,000 other games that have got the same behavior, and Pokemon was not the first one to do it either. So how did they get this approved? I have no idea. And B, Nintendo, what the hell do you think you're doing? You're like all game studios that do the patent chasing is ridiculous, because all you're doing is stifling creativity, especially for idea patenting. Not if it was technology, sure, okay, you've invented a brand new technology, but when you claim you've invented a technique, such as summoning monsters, it's not, you know, it's not the most unique thing in the world. Like we have it in real life. we cockfighting is for a reason. Like, you know, we get animals to fight for us. Hell, boxing to an extent is like a manager owns a boxer, an agent owns a boxer. They're going to send them into a fighting to fight. You know, and yeah, this was a response to Power World. That's right, Bobby. Yeah, so it was just one of those things they're chasing. It's like trying to lock down their unique game design of Pokemon. It's like, it's not. It's just Final Fantasy summons, but a lot of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then, Ross has got a great example of a system that was brilliant. So the Nemesis system from Shadow of Mordor. Did you ever play Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah, I think I did. So this is one where, like, if you shame an orc, it'll lose its rank and it'll come hunting for you and stuff, right?
Yeah, it kind of remembers what you did with them, and it changes their ranking, and they get like personality traits on it. It's a really cool system, and they locked it up behind a patent. But what's worse with Warner Brothers is they're not even fucking using it. They're just sitting on it. They're just
locked it off,
and it's like, why? If you're going to use it, use it. But if you're just going to lock it up because you've been petulant child about it, like, imagine if you like. I mean, obviously, I'm biased because I'm an indie developer. But imagine if you give the indie developer the right of going, all right, you can use a Nemesis system and make a Nemesis system for a game. An indie developer who has got no big investor who's looking over their shoulders to make sure they do the right thing to maximize their earning profits and blah blah blah, could have something pretty special with that. They could do some pretty fun things with that. And you know, and it's sadly it is up to the indie developers to sort of push the creativity in this AAA space. Like, AAA games don't really evolve without indie developers pushing it first, it feels like, in a lot of cases. Not all the time, granted, but a lot of the time you see game like genres only really go further when a lone or a small team development studio take the risk and go, hey, you know, let's see if we can make a poker game that has roguelike elements in it, you know, and make Balatro. And hey, presto, we're now getting a load of Balatro like clones, and hell, it's why we've got roguelikes, for example. Like, people making good Metroidvanias like Silk Song, for example, only exist because indie developers are pushing this, because like other AAA studios weren't doing Metroidvanias really.
Yeah.
You know, it's those guys that are pushing them up and going, we'll take the risk for you, and you guys can then ride our coattails and make something proper out of it. But sadly, if you're going to be locking up all this stuff behind patents and all the time and get sued into oblivion, and a lot of the time, you like with all these big companies, it's not necessarily like if let's say Power World and Nintendo are in a lawsuit, they go to court, whatever. It's not like let's say, argument of sakes, that Nintendo don't have a winning hand here, but they're still going to win because they can throw more money at it and just last for longer in the court system. And eventually Power World would have to settle because they don't have infinite money like Nintendo does. You know, and that's sadly what happens. You get these big companies that will like squeeze the little companies into submission because they just can't afford to pay the lawyers and keep up the court appearances and all that stuff.
Yeah. The problem is, whenever this happens, so like there's a similar thing happening with I don't think it's just particularly like ChatGPT, but this whole thing of Disney trying to get them to remove any training done on Disney property. So the thing is, right, so say they win this court case and they get to patent this whole thing of summoning monsters to fight on your behalf. it then, as soon as one case wins, it sets a legal precedent for anyone else to actually kind of take that over. So that was always the point with this ChatGPT, I think it was, versus Disney. Like, if Disney win, okay, then every other company that it's used for training data has the legal right to do the same. So for this then, if Nintendo win this, then surely... Is it 2K that did Borderlands? Could then patent the idea of having randomized weapons?
The list is endless for developers locking up all their things, and suddenly now studios can only make one type of game because everything else is locked up behind doors, and it's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
Yeah,
you can't.
I am interested to see, because it's just it makes me laugh that they release this whole thing about their patenting the summoning monsters and what have you, and literally all I keep seeing lately is the Borderlands 4 Easter egg where you have to go and capture guns that have legs, and then you have like this knockoff version of Jesse and James come down that you have to defeat, and you have these grenades that you capture the guns in, and it's like a huge rip-off, and it's just the timing couldn't have been better. It feels almost South Park-ish in how quick the kind of response is to it, and everyone is saying like, well, Nintendo ain't gonna like this, are they?
No. But it is going to be the thing. Like, they will only react to outcry. So as long as people keep shouting out about it and protesting it, eventually they'll have to buckle and say, you know what? Yeah, you're right. We were dicks about this. We can't be doing this. Is it only in Japan? No, I believe it's in the US. This was patented, which would apply everywhere. Like, because obviously we're a global market now, so when we release games globally. No one really releases games in just one territory anymore. So it'll apply everywhere really. But I believe it was in a US one. It was applied. I have to double check. I'm not a news reporter. I don't have to know the facts.
You know what? To go back to your thing though of like indie developers and just doing new things. What was the festival me and you went to, and there was a whole room just dedicated to like experimental games, and there was the one it was a what is it, like a yoga ball or whatever it was on the wheelie thing. Like, that was great. Love that. I'd buy that. You know.
That was an EGX.
The sort of thing.
Yeah, EGX have
what's that?
I think with the Left Field collection, which is basically a load of indie developers just making crazy stuff, and people just playing it. This is stuff you never get sold. It's just them really just to show some creativity behind the scenes of it, which is brilliant. Yeah.
But then what can I patent yoga balls then if Nintendo win?
Well,
is that
ironically?
That's what I'll do. I'll just go and patent everything, and then I'll just sue any game that comes out. Is that what we can do now?
You could, because it's an invention. Patenting is for invention. So if you invent something like a yoga ball controller, you could patent that and say, right, no one else can make a yoga ball controller. Which would be a shame, because a yoga ball controller would be amazing for a game like Katamari Damacy, where you've got to roll the ball and collect things up. That'd be amazing. I'm going to
go and patent that, so no one's stealing it, because I'll take you to court.
It does cost you about, I think, $1,500 to draw it up. I think it's quite expensive.
I'm going to make millions. It's fine.
Okay,
I'm going to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Any yoga balls? I'm going to go to yoga classes. I patented that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this saying? The big thing in the wording of the patent doesn't include monsters, but could also be interpreted that any summonable companion, even humanoid, etc., are patented. So games like Fallout 4's companion system would count. Yeah, it would. Yeah. Of course it would. Yeah. You have a pet dog, even if it wasn't humanoids and just animals. You have pet dogs in that game. Yeah, that would be against that. Like, there's, I don't know who agrees that these patents should be legal. It's insane.
Surely it's too broad to be thrown out. At this point here, I just want to go back to my how I feel about modern Pokemon. Do they have to be biological creatures? Can it be robots, magical creatures like golems? Pokemon have covered everything at this point. There's a set of keys with eyes.
There's an ice cream.
There's an ice cream. There's a bin bag. It's
it could be anything. I believe it could be anything that you summon and you can make fight on your behalf.
Yeah,
I think that's the general wording of it. And I was under the impression that patents had to be specific. Like that's why you have to get diagrams drawn up of how things work, blah blah blah. And that's why it's usually reserved for like inventions. So you, like you invented a new controller, for example, you patent that and you get that in there. But to patent an idea is crazy. Otherwise you can make it. I'll make the cure for cancer and patent it. I'm just going to say, here's a cure for cancer. It's chemical plus chemical equals solution. Done. Anyone that does combine more than two chemicals together, I'll claim patent and gain millions from it. You know, if it's not specific enough, what's the point of doing it?
Yeah. Well, isn't there a medicine that the inventor refused it to patent it for that reason, to keep it low cost? I can't remember what it was. Was it insulin or?
It might
I think it was insulin or some sort of. Anyway,
no, it was antibiotics.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. It was something.
Yeah. I'm curious now. Who refused to patent? Polio.
The polio vaccine. There you go. So refused to patent it, and then you look at I love that when Twitter did the whole you can buy a verification thing, and the company that owns the insulin in America, the ones that run that, someone paid to be verified, even though they weren't them, and basically tanked the value of it by saying it's going to be $1 now instead of hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, that's not true. It still costs that much. And then the stock just dropped on it. So maybe something similar will happen with Pokemon. Maybe I'll be able to afford to buy Nintendo at some point.
Maybe. Their games never go down in price. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they hold their value. If anything, it goes up. We've been collecting Pokemon cards lately. I say we. My boy has been collecting Pokemon cards, and I'm just looking at them, and I'm like, 200 quid for this card is insane. And that's just only going to get better and better.
Yeah.
Stephen Kent, patents are important for small companies. They're being abused by large corporations. But look up Donut County to see how they got their idea ripped off. Do you know there's a big problem in patenting, especially in design, because you only have to change the design ever so slightly, and it's completely legal to rip off. It's a huge problem in graphic design, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, and it actually brings up. I mean, the whole point of these podcasts is not to be educational, but you can't help it. I'm a teacher. This is why I always say to people when I'm giving advice in private sessions and about talking about game design, is a key part of your thing is not just the design or mechanic or how it works, but one of the most important things to think about is the personality you add into it. So Donut County, that mechanic in that game, it has been copied extensively by many games. However, no one has really copied that sort of personality of that game. That game is quite unique in that sort of sense, and to me, the reason for playing that game is not the idea, but more so the personality of it. I don't know if it's a game you ever played, Bill. Did you ever seen it?
Looking it up now, is it? It looks a bit like that one with what's that game I keep wanting to play where you're like a tiny little man going around a village? It's all very British. Matt Berry's in it.
Oh yeah.
Is it similar sort of vibe to? Oh no, it looks like Holio.
Yeah, Yes, Whole.io. It is essentially, it is basically that. Yeah, you move a hole around and swallow things up. That's exactly what it is.
Okay, but I was getting a different vibe from the artwork. It reminded me of.
You're thinking of Thank Goodness You're Here. You're thinking of.
Thank Goodness You're Here. What a game!
That's a very good game. But yeah.
Oh, okay. So Whole.io basically stole this concept.
Loads of games have done that concept. It's not anything crazy, but the thing that's unique to me in that game is its personality, because the whole thing is narrated. You got this raccoon, essentially, and you work at a donut shop, and this raccoon texts you all the time about how he's stolen a hole and he's now going on a rampage, killing everything in the hole. And then you got to go against an army of raccoons that sending everyone into his hole. If to get them out of the hole, it's really good. It's a good thing to talk through. It's nutty as hell, but it's really good. It's one of those games that you can sit down and play and get it done within like an hour or two. But it is funny.
That sounds great. The one that I love at the moment is, and I'm a proper late bloomer to it, but been playing it around a friend's house whenever we go round there, and it's all us lot from work, is Octodad.
Yeah.
Love that. And isn't there a similar game where you're a piece of bread having to get into a toaster? You control all four corners. That's great. What a concept.
Love
like
it.
just
control
a limb each or...
Yeah, they've done another one as well. There's one where you're a fish in a fish bowl. It's like a big hamster ball type thing, and you got to roll around without getting smashed. They did one like same guys did that as well. Iron Bread is a great concept of a game. It's one of those things that are like, this is genius. You see it's so simple, but again, it comes back to that personality aspect. Like, I'd much rather play a game with personality than a faceless mechanic. Like, the mechanic's fun. Like, that's the thing you work on first, but in the end, it's the personality that's going to draw people in, and that's what you should look at as well. Power World, it might mean Power World may be banned in the US, as it's only a US patent and not a EU and Japan are okay. It makes sense. Yeah, US being the one that allows it. I mean,
I don't get legal stuff. I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah.
I kind of try to follow this stuff as best I can, but it's so nuanced. Like, it comes down to the wording, slight differences in things.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of I teach film. One of my favorite things are like Swedish versions of films and stuff. I quite like a cheap, kind of crappy version of it. I think it's great fun. If someone gave me a cheap, crappy version of Pokemon that was really rough around the edges, I probably would enjoy it more, is all I'm going to say. I just feel like there's more love and stuff in it. I don't know. I'm not trying to come across as someone who's really just anti-big corporation, but
I wouldn't say with that at all.
I think there's a lot. I don't know. You just see the heart of it when it's small team indie devs.
You do. I think when you're a big company, you can spend a lot of time focusing on lots of little details. But when you're a small company, you have to pick and choose what you focus on, and the thing they focus on is going to be done really well. Again, it comes back to that personality. It's designed, well, hence designed by committee. Like a big AAA company is going to design games by committee. They go look at the metrics and look at facts and figures to design the game, not at the heart and soul of what a creative person wants to do with it.
Is that the devs or is that the publishers, though?
I think it's going to be a bit of both. In the end, the devs are going to be probably a large company, and they still need to meet a quota. They still need to meet goals. They still need to meet milestones. And the only way they can really mitigate any risk in that is by literally going by numbers and going, right, everyone like this, the focus groups like this, therefore we must do this. And I think you get stuck in a trap where you're a victim of your own success. You become so big that you can only do one thing and that's it. Blizzard are a great example of this. Blizzard, used to do lots of little games, not little games, but lots of different types of games and mess around with them a bit. Now they're stuck just doing World of Warcraft. Because that is what they're going to do. They're stuck in their design. They're not going to go away from that.
I think that's why live service works so well, though. You've got a great formula, and if you add something to it that doesn't work, like you just then revert it back and add in classic mode and stuff like that.
Maybe, yeah.
And like some of my favorite playlists, if I'm going to play Call of Duty and stuff, it isn't all the new. I quite liked, what one was it? It gave you a game mode which was all old settings, none of this boost, skid, all of that. It was basically old school Call of Duty.
I remember. Do you remember when Call of Duty used to be about like honoring soldiers and war things? The quotes at the start of levels used to be real quotes from real soldiers, and it used to be like, we're going to tell a tasteful story about the Russian front in World War II. And now it's like nanobots and
Well, are you saying
and
I can't
Butthead
do
in
that
there.
by playing as Snoop Dogg and Jay and Silent Bob? Are you saying I
Yeah, did you
can't
see
buy Yeah,
you can now do Beavis and Butthead in it as well, like in their
fantastic.
style, like the cartoony style, and it's not absolutely nuts.
It makes sense in Fortnite. I'll say that much.
Yeah,
One
it
of my
makes sense
biggest
for Fortnite.
problems
Yeah.
is I teach kids now who think that like I've had conversations akin to Master Chief. You mean the Fortnite character? You know.
Oh dear. Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know, like going back to you're saying about the DLC shipping Pokemon with the DLC. I
Yeah.
felt like that with when Destiny first came out. I remember finishing that game and going, sorry, like where's the rest of it? And then realizing, oh, it's in this package, it's in the next package, it's in this. But if you buy a season pass, you can get this, you can get that. And I was kind of like, so what have I bought then? A demo,
Yeah.
Kind of how I feel about it. Again, this is just me being old and cynical, isn't it? When did this happen? I used to be cool. I was never cool.
I was never cool.
No. But yeah, I don't know. Got a lot of comments coming through now about patents and
Yeah, so Stephen Kent, good to see you, Stephen. Patents are important for small companies. I know why. I know they are being abused by large corporations, but look up. Down in the counter. Yeah, it is important for small companies because again, you get the little guy who invents something and wants to sell that, and yeah, it makes sense. Because usually you find that the little guy who's like, I've designed something, but I don't have the operating width to produce this thing, so I'm going to sell the patent on to a big corporation. That makes sense. What's Malicious Munch asking or saying? It's going to cause an arms race of patents if they're not careful. Yeah, it's exactly what we were saying earlier. Like you can end up just everyone locking down everything. It'd be
I'll patent a volleyball then. I'm
gonna patent all the stuff doing Mimic.
Yeah. This is what I found though, like looking at I can't remember how I kind of got onto this. I think it was looking at I was worried I was going to get a parking ticket, and basically it was a thing of, well, you just quote this case where they got out of it because this person got out of it, and you quote that case and that will get you out of it. And that's just my understanding of how the legal system works, and it might be wrong, but this thing of, again, okay, well, if they do this, if they win, which they likely will, because like you said, they've got unlimited money, it seems, to throw at it, then where does it end? And like Malicious Muncher said, it's just going to be like a flood of it. Okay, then Max Payne creators, they're going to patent bullet time. What about Fortnite? Could they patent live service games? Full stop. Like, 'cause they're one of the biggest ones to do it. They might not be the first.
Yeah.
Well, World of Warcraft could do it then, surely.
Yeah.
It's where does it actually stop? Chronophono, bit unfair that indies have more obstacles than the big companies didn't have when they first started. Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a thing, like big companies, it's not just a good large team of devs, it's publishers, legal, finance. It's the lot, you've got an army behind you. Yeah.
It's sadly it's just one of those many obstacles that indies have. It's like, okay, we have that obstacle, another big obstacle, like we have loads. An obstacle of like, okay, I want my game to be seen. Okay, I can't afford to take up a whole page advert inside of Steam and just take the whole front page of Steam up. Like, that's insane. Like, I can't do that. So we have to be a bit more creative with it, a bit more cautious of timings. And this way save this discussion for another day. But talking about like how when Hollow Knight Silk Song came out, and everyone had to move out the way for the release of that because they didn't want to get lost amongst the Hollow Knight release and forgotten about. So yeah, it's I think a conversation for another time for sure. We'll better wrap up soon. One thing I forgot to mention right at the start of what I've been working on this week. I've been working on some interesting things. So I've been working on Mimic, and I've been working on the IK of the creature now. So the creature will now walk upstairs correctly at the right angle and tilt his body up at the right angle with the control rig, which is really neat. And it kind of looks like, especially when you go over the tables, it looks like he's crawling over the table like this. It's really cool effect. It looks neat. I just need to record some voice lines for it. So at some point, the wife's got to deal with me screaming into the microphone like a monster. Watching Alien Earth has helped a lot of good inspiration from that show.
I'm like, what am I? I think I'm halfway through episode 3. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but I've just seen a sheep.
Oh yeah,
that's all I'm going to say.
Okay, yeah,
okay, yeah. I've just seen a sheep, and I don't know how I feel about it, but
keep sticking with it.
I too would like to get on in this making monster voices. I feel like it's the one skill I have.
Just
making stupid noises.
I think what we do as dads, you just end up making noises at the kids, like chasing around.
Oh yeah.
That's all we do, is make noises, stupid noises. So yeah, I've been working on that recently. And yesterday I was doing a private session with someone, which, by the way, if anyone here watching wants a private session, head over to ryanlay.com. You can book private sessions over there. But anyway, yeah, I was doing a private session with someone who's doing a board game, and they got, I was like, I'm going to try and make Monopoly. So I've been making Monopoly in Unreal. Yeah, works. You go around the board, buy properties. And I was like, yeah, there you go. Making. So I'll probably, what I'll do is I'll finish making it, and I'll probably release the project files on Patreon for people to download. Maybe it'll become a series at some point. I'll wait and see just how much more work it takes to do it. But yeah, it's an interesting one to do. Speaking of Patreon, the channel, and everything else between. So content for the channel has been a bit dry lately, and I massively apologise for the release of that. Summer has taken it out of me. I don't know about you, Bill, but when you've got kids at home, trying to do anything productive is kind of pointless. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Hence why we record this at 9 p.m. You know.
My youngest is like a lamprey. She just like won't leave my side other than to sleep. So editing becomes quite tricky. Trying
to record, and by the way, my office is right next to my road, so literally during the day recording anything is pointless because you get cars, Amazon deliveries. I was recording an hour-long video the other day, and it got interrupted by a grocery shop delivery, and they're like slamming shutters and things like that. I'm like, I can't be bothered. I just gave up. I stopped recording and walked away, and I'll come back later. So this has led to me to rejig my calendar a bit. So now all my recording is being done at night. I'm rejigging things around as well to be basically, I think burnout just got me a little got me hard. I think last year, and I think it's still lingering from last year, burnout. And I just need to get back on top of it, and that's been my goal this past few week or so. It's just get back on top of things and basically power through the burnout and get back on top of everything we're doing. So yeah, in that regard, we've got videos coming out on Patreon. We've got smart object stuff coming up on there. So we're going to go through smart objects and explain how they work, but also I'm going to show you some interesting things you could do with it as well outside of just AI. So everyone associates with AI, but you can actually use them for lots of other things too. So we're going to show you some of that stuff too for like a non-AI based solution. What else could you use smart objects for? So I'm looking forward to showing that off. I've also been doing some basic stuff as well, of like how to understand materials a lot better. Lots of cool things to go through there. The Skill Tree series finished up over on YouTube this week. You can get the project files as well over on Patreon too if you're a gold member. And we will be doing another game jam at some point in the near future, so keep an eye on that. This has been episode 1 of our podcast. Bill will be back again next week, hopefully.
Sorry, Iron Thumbs has given me the giggles.
Burnout's got me hard. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, great line.
Well, there's the clip to sell the podcast. So there we go.
There's your TikTok clip. There's your TikTok.
Yeah.
Burnout.
There's our TikTok.
I'm gonna get that on I'm gonna get that on a t-shirt.
I'm gonna get it on a mug. I'm gonna patent it so you can't.
Yeah. We'll trademark it and chuck it on a load of merch. Burnout's got me hard.
Yeah. Well, Iron Funds also says Monopoly isn't patented, so I'm going to patent it. I'm going to call it Roadhouse, and then I'm going to make millions.
Yeah. Duo Stereo Poly. There you go. Whatever floats your boat. And what I can do is I can actually delete Iron Thumb's comments, so we can look like we come up with that first as well. So we can.
Well, that's what the big companies would do, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
they would remove the competition.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Be back again next week for another podcast. So hopefully this was it's right. We'll be back again next week for another podcast. What we'll talk about, we don't know. We'll see what happens when we get to it. But thank you very much for everyone joining us live for tonight's stream. We'll be releasing this over on Spotify and other things as well. The audio version as well. It'll be available on Spotify, Apple Music, all those places. We're going to try and put it everywhere. Hopefully this is something we can keep going. We're back again live tomorrow for a Q&A. So if you're back for question time tomorrow, you can bring up your Unreal Engine developer questions. We can answer them live as well. There won't be a play test this Thursday. Playtest day is probably going to be a weekend now. I'll figure that out and let everyone know on the channel when the playtest for Mimic will be happening this week, hopefully. But yeah, cool. Anyway, once again, massive thank you to everyone watching. Thank you for Bill. I don't know how to do an outro. Well, I've done an outro music, so I guess we'll just end it there and just end. I'll play the intro music back out again. Hang on, where was it?
I can sing if you want.
Yeah, go on, make up some lyrics to the tune.
It's going to be K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm just going to say that.
Fine. That's in my head 24/7 now, anyway. But good night, everyone. Good. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.